Sanbonani Molweni Dumelang, and welcome to yet another thought-provoking episode of Essence, which is my initials ASS, trying to make sense of this crazy world. Today's topic is rather rich. Yes, it's very rich. It needs you to be very poor in order to be able to digest it and understand it as we unpack it, because we are talking privilege. Yes, we are talking privilege, and the question that we are asking is, or that we're posing, if we're trying to be posh, the question that we're asking is, why is it that there is this unspoken expectation that we all finish at the finish line equally, yet the conditions at the start line were not fair? That is a question that we're posing today. That is a question that we are asking. We want to know why, man? If life was not nice to me, am I expected to do well like the other child whose life was nice? You get it. That is what we are asking. And before we get into the topic, and yes, we even have a free English lesson today. So yes, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Don't go away. Don't run away. But we first have to go into a disclaimer and make sure that I protect myself, because I know you. I know you're going to come for me, but please don't come for me, because all that could have happened has already happened to me. And that is why I'm going to share in the disclaimer to tell you, let us argue about the facts. Let us argue about things that I've said, but don't come for the being. Yeah, the being is very sensitive. I'm sensitive. This is Essence, and yes, we are coming back with a disclaimer and the rest of the show. Mwah. I'm putting there a disclaimer, right? Please don't come for me. I'm already ruined. You see, guys, it hurts that when I think about my life, you see, my father, he conned my mother, you see. You remember I told you he subjected me to a blood test. Then I was 99.79 or 97, his daughter. And then after that, you see, he denied me. The reason why we were doing the blood test in the first place, where I had to be driven all the way from then it was Transkei to Natal. Imagine, to go get a DNA test done, because apparently then I think we didn't have facilities for children my age. So they had to drive me all the way to Natal to prove that I'm this man's child. And then after that, the reason why we're doing that, right, is because my mother, you see, she was suing him for maintenance, right? Right. So then my father, after he found out I'm the child, he's like, okay, see what we'll do, rather drop the maintenance charges, then me, that's what my father said to my mother. Then me, I'm going to take a life policy investment, wara for the child, so that when the child finishes around 18 to go to high school, to go to tertiary, she'll be sorted. So you take care of the child, feed her, do everything for her, and then me, I will take care of her after 18. That was the agreement, right? Where, guys, 6 years before my father passed, he stopped paying for the policy, but we found out 6 years after my father passed. So my father conned my mother into believing that she's not a single parent, because she'll be single for 18 years, and then my father's going to be the other parent, you see. So yeah, please don't come for me. I'm very sensitive, because this took away my opportunity for education. Now, you see, this topic for today is going to need you to take off your privilege, your richness today. It's going to need you to pretend you are a nobody's child, not a Rothschild today. We're not doing Petrus Mutsepe today. We're doing nobody. Baba, okay, I can use Dlamini. That's my stakazem. Baba Dlamini's child, you know, someone who was conned by their father. That's what the topic needs, yes. And then this is Essence. We are coming back. The disclaimer is done. Don't come for me, as I told you. Life was never kind, but we are going on and we are soldiering on, and we are coming back after the break. And yes, I broke a nail and my heart is broken because these are natural nails and I need them for something and I can't even replace it now. I have to wait for it to grow, which means I have to cut everything because it looks very clumsy. But I can't cut it now because I have to use my hands for something very soon. But it's okay. It's okay. It's Essence. We're coming back. Welcome back. It is Essence. And yes, we are discussing privilege today, and I'm just checking my hair to make sure that that hat didn't spoil it too much. See, I'm going nice places today. I got plans. And before I go out, I would like to first pretend that I'm an English teacher, and I am going to first give us a dictionary meaning of the word privilege before we get into anything. Okay. And according to the dictionary that I went to, it says that the meaning of privilege, it is a special right. Okay, I want to read it and make sure. A special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group. It even goes as far as to give an example so that we understand the depth of what a privilege is. It says, education is a right, not a privilege, because a privilege is a special right, an advantage, or immunity that is granted or available only and only to a particular person or a group. English lesson has just ended. Now that we all know what the meaning of privilege is, it is going to become a delicious moment of unpacking privilege. Yes. And before we go into the depths of things, I will then now share with you what inspired me to actually put my foot down and say, I'm coming for you. I'm coming to share my heart, my mind. I want it to make a sense that this privilege is not fair, is because of certain things that happened. And those things are those that I'm going to share with you when we come back, because I need to go and drink some water so that I can take my time to put on my boxing gloves and really fight, because privilege makes me angry. This is Essence, and yes, we're coming back. Welcome back. This is Essence, and yes, we are discussing privilege. We are asking a very important question, which is, how come we are all expected to finish equally at the finish line? However, our starting point was not the same. We did not get the same resources. We did not eat the same nutritious food. We did not get access to electricity. We did not have access to clean waters. Yet, we are still expected to function like a child that comes from perfect and peaceful suburbia. That is a question we are asking. But before we go and gcwalisela each other, because I can see already you have picked up by now that I'm very petty and I'm very angry and I'm very passionate. I am that person. What inspired the topic for today? What inspired the topic for today is, if you see me going down and looking, is because today I wrote some notes as well, because things go away when you are in the moment. So I'm just making sure that I don't forget the important ones, because I tend to, like now you see I'm going there when I'm supposed to be here. So okay, so it is the topic for today was actually inspired by various things that happened on social media, and yes, and in just on TV in general. Okay, one case I will give you, for instance, number one, Natasha Tahani. I am saying this with confidence, using her name now, because according to the news, apparently, allegedly, to be safe, she has given birth. So I've been quiet, waiting to at least give her a chance to put the life, you see, on the bed, and then now we can start to fight. We can start to fight now and unpack privilege using her. I don't really like talking about people, but if there's a point, and I'm not being malicious, but I'm actually trying to open a topic. I Shem, I'm sorry, even me, I use myself as a topic. I use my life, I'm an open book. So therefore that's, I cannot not fear talking about others when I'm not even afraid to talk about myself. I've got my babies for days. Anyways, okay. There is Natasha Tahane. She has an interview at McG. McG. Podcast and Chill with McG. Yes. Must say things correctly, give them respect where respect is due. Even if you don't try to gel or go along with maybe the person's ways of doing things, but it does not take away that it is called Podcast and Chill with McG. Okay, so there is Natasha Tahane. She's having an interview. I can't quote for quote now. I can't really remember. I watched that interview once and I'd never watch it again. Most boring thing I've ever watched. No offense. Girl needs to go get some energy for an actress. That was just too sweet and innocent and too quiet and too gentle. But yeah, in all of that gentleness and sweetness and what comes something that inspires today. Privilege. Okay. She said she was talking about, I guess, the black story of a black child when she has to go to school and what and she felt that she was being a hero as she was talking the story. And that's another thing that people fail to understand, is that privilege makes you blind to yourself and to your space. I think it's just me, my thinking. Anyways, guys, if you remember, she said that she got, I guess, isikolo. If ever, I am misquoting, mistontoning. I'm just using what I picked up from that. I'm not going back, guys. I'm not gonna go do my homework. I'm sorry. I'm just allegedly and apparently. I'm to be on the safe side. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. So then I think she spoke about when she got scholar in America, and she was accepted in some acting school, which we wish as well. We'd like to go to presenting school as well, you see, but we don't have these aunts. So again, they asked her, okay, how did you manage maybe to go? We are because it's such a big story. You didn't have money, but you made it. It's a hero to go and graduate in America, I guess. If you didn't have money, it's something to be proud of, Akir. So then Nae thinking she's teaching all other South African children to do as the same. She said, I called Auntie Baleka Mbete, or she said I called Minister Baleka Mbete, I don't remember, but I think she said aunt because it felt like it was very intimate and, sorted, when you've got the people that you can call. Tina, we don't have those people. That's why we are hustling here on YouTube. We don't have. So she picked up call. She called Auntie. Said, Auntie, I'm going back to school. Make a plan for the girl. Then Auntie, I guess, allegedly, apparently, according to her, even though now she's denying and saying this one, and then now there's a Natim Tetwa, he also wants now to be in the soup because now he released some statement. Whether he took it back, I don't know, but according to me, there was even that one. He wants to be in the soup of corruption. So, yeah. So then she got the money, and then she went to America, and life was nice, and she came back, got jobs, and life was good, right? Then there's Unosipho. Why am I giving a name? No, man. Sorry, Unosipho. Apologies. Then there's kiwi. Yes, we'll call it kiwi. The fruits, yes, vitamin C. She's got potential to change the world. Do you know the benefits of a kiwi? Do you know the benefits of a kiwi? You must look them up. Look them up for benefits. It's got vitamin C. The women who believe in vaginal health, they believe that it makes you smell and taste in an acquainted, don't flavor, you see, especially if you deal and partake in things like la 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 with the tongue. You remember Jill Fox when she was playing with the tongue? Yeah. So, yeah, right. Then there's Unosipho, okay, right? So, yeah, Unosipho. I don't know why we're going here, but we're going somewhere. We are going somewhere. Okay, there's Unosipho. Unosipho, she lives in a squatter camp. She has to walk 10 kilometers just to go and relieve herself because the toilets are probably at the end of the cluster and the clutter and everything. Nosipho uses primer stove, meaning her house can burn down anytime if ever. You know what a primer stove is and how that thing can change and turn on you. Okay. And then ke uNosipho doesn't have all these chances in life, yet she can act, she's gifted, and what, and what. And uNosipho does not have an aunt that she can call, but she's gifted and called and everything. And there'll be this expectation ke ngoku on uNosipho that she must at least post some things on social media to keep herself going and what if she can't doesn't have an aunt who can set her up, go after. So she must start acting and giving off her talent and her gift and sharing it on social media for free so that maybe a director or a producer can see her, right? But there's this expectation, yes, as I said. But now uNosipho, as I said, does not have electricity first and foremost as it is. She's hungry in the stomach. And data is something that is, it comes like Christmas, data. Kuye. Do you understand? And now they're going to say uNosipho is not ambitious enough, she's lazy, she's ntontoni, she's not pushing enough, yet she does not want to be telling you the same thing that she knows from the time that she was born, that the opportunities are not there. The resources to be able to be like Natasha Tahani are not there. She does not have an aunt that she can just pick up and call. And then after that, when she graduates, she can maybe post. I'm not saying Natasha that she didn't, guys. No, she didn't. But in her mind, she thought she was having a heroic South African story whereby she hustled and pushed and called the right aunts who have the influence to make sure that funds are transferred to her account or to the school's account so that she can get her education. I am rounding because I'm very angry, because I'm very passionate about this thing, because it makes me very, very angry. And the fact that we are actually overlooking it, and I'm even moving from the topic now. I'm not even talking about privilege. I'm talking about the fact that have overlooked corruption, something whereby we cannot even explain ourselves as to how someone was granted funds when they don't even possibly qualify, being a granddaughter of the late Desmond Tutu. Come on, guys. Privilege. This is what we are discussing here on Essence. And I am saying and I'm asking, why is Ukiwi expected to be the same as Natasha Tahani in terms of finish? Why is Ukiwi being told that she's not passionate or driven or what when she's watching stories like these that are going to depress her and actually take her back 10 times more because she does not have an aunt? That is what we are asking. And yes, there's a lot that has inspired the topic. Hence, I'm going to break it down into different segments. I'm going to go drink some water and I'm going to come back and tell you more about privilege and how blind we as a society are when it comes to it. But I am not explaining it according to the dictionary. I'm explaining it according to how it makes sense to me and how I observe. Yeah, but this is Essence. We are coming back. Let's do this. Welcome back. Yes, this is Essence. Yes, we are discussing privilege, and the question that we are asking is, why is it that we are blind, Tina, as human beings, to our own privilege, that we have this high expectation to people who do not have? Why is it that because we grew up eating breakfast every day, we somehow maybe do not understand Kiwi when she is sick because maybe her system did not develop due to malnutrition? However, there's an expectation that she must be healthy. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a nonsense. It's a nonsense. Let's go back again. This is Essence. We're talking privilege. Yes. Another thing that actually inspired me about this topic to actually discuss it. There's a man who has a pattern on Twitter. I don't really know his name, but I just know he has a pattern because I believe he just copies and pastes the same tweet every day. It's starting to feel like it's a con more than a genuine story of struggle and suffering. Okay, so he posts something like I haven't eaten for 2 days. It's really painful to see my children crying because they went to bed. Of course, because they went to bed. Me pretending to Makosi, there is water. I'm just burping. I was playing with you. I was pulling your leg. Next thing, you'll be asking me for consultation. I don't consult unless the Lord leads you to me. So the people, right? This guy, okay, so he posted ukuthi the he's hungry, it's painful to see his children crying, going to bed without food, and blah 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 blah. You know, like it's the normal South African story which we have been acquainted to, even previous to maybe lockdown and all of that. But okay, it has become prevalent. Is it prevalent? Hey, the English, but you know, it has dwelled, it is everywhere now, it is prevalent. Yes, where now you find these stories, and it's different narratives, but copy and paste, same profile picture almost every day. So, okay, what triggered me again, I was like, yes, we need to talk, we need to have a discussion in South Africa, is there was a lady then that commented on the post, this guy who's asking for money and food and parcels and you know. So she said to the guy, he must go to so and so's post. There are amalo nakhona, there are job vacancies on that post, and yeah, he must apply and all of that and all of that, you see. And I'm thinking to myself, guys, first and foremost, for instance, with I use the network that I use, it can offer me, for instance, 20 MBs for 5 rand, right? And for 5 rand, realistically speaking, just general, what can I do as a human? Because there'll be another one who will comment and say, instead of busy spending time using your data here on Twitter, you could actually take that money and go and buy bread. So I want to know, because me, I'm privileged. I am privileged, Shem. I don't even look at prices, Shem. The way Igos and God and my husband love me, and the way they take care of me, I just take it, I put in the trolley, and I go and I pay, and then I cry when the money comes out, and then I come home, and then after that, life goes on. But the point of the matter is, I don't know the price of bread. Privilege, that is it. But I don't think there is bread for 5 rand. I don't think there is bread for 5 rand for you to say then, because now when he's reaching out to everyone, the intention is that at least maybe there'll be 10 people giving him maybe 10 rand to get 100 rand to go and then buy food for the children. So that 5 rand is important to him to be able to hustle us. If Nyani, it's a genuine cause and Nyani, he's in a desperate situation, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is, when you are sending him to go to look for the job posts and what, with what data? How is he going to, let's pretend he doesn't even have a CV. Let's pretend he lost his job because of Corona. Now he doesn't even have a CV because he's been working for one company for as long as I can remember. And he was happy where he was and had never thought the day would come where he would receive an envelope to told he must go. Do you understand? Without maybe even a sustainable pension. Anyways, okay, so with what money, okay, is he going to be able to go and type a CV? Do you know how much it is? Because we can't assume everybody has got a computer at home. We can't assume everyone has a smartphone, because maybe he is even paid 5 rand to the internet shop to be able to type and say, help me guys, I need food. But he can't even pay the guy from the internet shop to type him 1-page CV. How much is a page of CV? Just firstly. Now he goes and he types that CV, right? Because Twitter is going to be kind enough and give him 100 rand. So he buys food for the kids and goes and types the CV. Then he gets 7 interviews. 7 interviews in 1 week, and he can't even attend one. And all of you maybe even helped him to get those interviews. Now he can't show up for work. So you're going to say he's lazy, he's not ambitious enough because he doesn't have bus fare to go to those interviews. Guys, what I'm trying to say is privilege is very dark. It's a dirty game. Privilege is a heartless game. Privilege, it makes us very blind. Privilege, I don't like it, you see, because it really makes us not understand, Guti. It's not that people do not want to do things. They don't have to be able just to manage existence, let alone to go and hustle, let alone to just buy i-20 ye-Kotli to be able to go and stand by the corner and sell it. I don't have the money to buy the first Kotli. But when you're saying, I'm sitting at home, I could be selling fruits. Selling fruits with whose money? With whose money? When I can't even eat, when I don't have bread, when I'm hungry, when I'm shaking. I'm doing this episode actually is before my food. So I'm hungry because I haven't eaten. I eat after midday. So I'm hungry as well myself. And I'm trying to understand, Uguti, how do you expect me to be functional when I'm hungry? I'm hungry and angry at the same time. How can I be functional? It's like someone coming to tell me that the Lord is the Savior and everything while I'm sitting in a corner begging. You can't tell me anything about the Lord being a Savior when I'm hungry. But if you give me bread and the Coke, and while I'm muffing the Coke and the bread, you tell me about the Lord and Savior, I can maybe hear you because now I can see the miracle of the Lord and Savior because I'm eating. But on an empty stomach, you can't motivate me empty, guys. You can't push me empty. And that is what I think privilege does. So we're going to come back and I'm going to still unpack more about why I say that I don't like privilege. This is Essence. Let's do this. Welcome back. It is Essence, yes, and I've had a drink. I've tried to calm down because when I am very hyped up, I tend to lose the plot, you see. But I cannot lose the plot because the plot is making me lose it. Do you get it? Yeah, okay. So, my final inspiration is Jub Jub. Jubulama sweetie. Yeah, Chola 99. You know. Yeah. So, there is an interview. Not the one he did there by McG. No. There's an interview he did at there's a young gentleman. I don't want to offend because I didn't do my homework. I confess I didn't do my homework in this case. I don't know whether his name is Silko or Sliko. But if you know hip hop and fashion and these things, you'll know me. You can already see I'm not. Me, I'm a Mpondokazi. You see, I'm a child of the Lalis. I don't know these things, and I can't keep up with styles and trends and people and rap and hip hop and cool and jam and I am daft. But I know there's a guy, Sliko, or Silko. But if I'm not mistaken, and I don't have 500,000, allegedly, apparently, he could be the one who was Queen B's ex, I think. That is how I know him. Really, because Nyani, these things about my hip-hop guys, music, forget and go and smile. Ask me about Transformers Waibo, Simple Dana, ask me about Buhle Bendalo, ask me, around there we go. But that side, mama, bitch, father, yeah, and then in a ass bitch, riding in the pimp for, I go. So, get Jub, right. So, he had an interview with Sliko, and what he said in that interview made me want everyone to go and Google that interview, guys. Jub interview with Silko after prison. Yes, what? Privilege is a bitch of a father. You see, in that interview, he was asked things like, how did you manage in jail? How did you survive? And what. Do you know what he said, basically? And when he was with McG, he was avoiding and evasive around those things. He didn't really want to go around because he noticed, Uguti, in the first one, it was disgusting privilege. How did he survive jail? He survived jail because he got money. That's what he said. I can't quote it exactly. Please don't take me to court because I can't quote it exactly. I am quoting how it made me feel. There's a saying that says you can never remember maybe what someone said, but you can remember how it made you feel. That is how it made me feel. Yes. So I am not saying this is what he said. I am saying this is how I perceived and was made to feel as I was watching the interview. This is not his words, but he said something like, you need money to survive in jail. You need airtime to pay for the boys. Now he could sleep and the boys would take care of him because then he could pay them. There was a lot he said that was giving off a lot. Uguti, our sons will never ever survive prison if they do not come from a place of privilege. By sons, you know what I mean, the original child of the mother from Africa. That one, woo, shame, he is going to be raped, killed, stabbed. He's going to be abused, kicked every single day, unless you are privileged enough to send him airtime every day, to bribe prison wardens to make sure that he is safe, to buy him a gangster tonton bodyguards to make sure that he is safe. Otherwise, it is doomsday. That is privilege. That is privilege, I think. So now I'm going to come back and hit one stomach about what I believe is privilege, and then maybe we'll close it. I think we'll close it. But I was trying to say, things don't make sense in this world, and people want it to make sense when we don't all have the bag, when we don't all have the inheritance, when we don't all live in Stellenbosch, when we don't all have ancestors that left us jewelry that is still worth millions. Do you get me? I'm coming back. This is Essence, and yes, we are discussing privilege. Welcome back. This is Essence, and yes, we are discussing privilege, and we are posing a question asking Uguti, why are we all expected to be great at the finish line, and yet we don't have a equal start line? I'll give an example that really irks me most times. There's a saying that goes along, which I'm going to try and dismantle. There's a saying, stupid little saying, that is said by the privileged races, Gengoku. The privileged races, yes, I'm coming for you. If ever you're of color, of another color to my skin, and you are watching this, which I doubt, because I don't think I'm your target market. You're my target market. But yes, I'm glad that you actually tuned in, if ever, because you're going to learn about how ignorant you are. So there's this saying that goes around, they say that black people are lazy. Black people are lazy. And you ask yourself, lazy? How? They don't work hard enough for opportunities, and what. First and foremost, to the motherfuckers that say black people are lazy, you are motherfuckers. That one is very important that you hear it. And then the second one is, have you been to where there is predominantly and only actually black people? Do you see the opportunities that are available in, what is, I don't want to say townships and the locations. I don't want to, because I don't feel it's politically correct or the right. No. Disadvantaged areas. Yes. Have you been to places that have been politically disadvantaged? Have you looked around, shopped around there to see what is there inspiration for a black child to actually become creative, to actually yearn for more in life? Who is inspiring him? Who's motivating him when there's a struggle to survive, just to eat every day? And then the next thing you're going to say that a black child is lazy, when your children have got trampolines at the back of the house, when you can afford for them to have music lessons, piano lessons, horse riding, you can afford for them to have singing lessons, you can pay for all those things. And so therefore your children already are standing at a place of an advantage, because they can even find skills and careers before they even get to tertiary. They can already become violinists, your children. You see, your children, they can become swimmers before. And then Kiwi, she wakes up and all she sees is smoke, dust, sun, deprivation, suffering. And you expect Kiwi to become a swimmer? Where's the swimming pool when her mother doesn't have it at the backyard? You expect her to sing when she doesn't have a voice coach. Guys, privilege is making me very angry. It's making me very, very angry because that is my definition of it. It's a definition that it makes us think that everyone should be like us when we are not designed the same, when we don't have the same resistance or dontoni to struggle. Does it make sense? Okay, because I say, if I put it poetically, privilege, it is being blind that I have, and I still have a head start when it comes to life. That's why you can't run away, can't jump from it. I have a head start when it comes to life. Do you know why I have a head start when it comes to life? It's because I was groomed in a space where I was colonized to be confident. And another person like me, who's more intelligent, far can educated than I am, who could change the world with her voice and not waste your time with mine, is sitting right now at home worried because she's influenced that she needs a background to first be appealing. She needs to have a beautiful makeup. She needs to have a don light. She needs to have a camera because privilege in social media has influenced people to believe that it needs to be opulent and cute to be acceptable. So they don't have the confidence because they didn't go to the schools where they were taught the English. You see, me, I'm even using this one and not the one that I really use when there is an invoice and I have to actually sound like I actually know what I'm talking about and that I'm very eloquent and very well spoken and very well learned. Yes, I can do British. My mother paid copious amounts of school fees to ensure that I get a private education, international school. That is what it was. And I have lost myself in terms of that because I hate the idea that when I sound as though I am well read and well versed, you think that I am intelligent. And I am trying now to release the other girl, Ukiwi, who she must do YouTube videos and sound like me and make sense, because the most important thing is that she makes sense, not how she sounds or what the fuck her fucking background looks like. You see? Okay, so this is essence. We're starting to fight. Things are not making sense. I'm going to go get water and then maybe I'm going to close it. Yes, I think I'm going to close it. But I hope it hits home that when we look at people, we've got this saying that we need to always be nice to people because we don't know what they're going through. We don't know. Hey, Makos. Hey, Makos. We don't know what they're going through. I get. Hey, that's what we say. We don't know what a person's going through. So, like for instance, if you receive bad service at the grocery shop, you need to be kind and not because you never know. Maybe that lady is being rude because maybe she's going through some grief or she's just been dumped or whatever. Do you understand? So we are teaching each other to become that type of kind, but we're not teaching each other to be able to understand that we need to use that kindness as well when you are evaluating people. When you are evaluating is pity pit, you must evaluate it with the right way. You must understand the difference between Ukiwi wase Alexandra. No. Looking for a very expensive fruit. Exotic something, like that one. It's got the macrophos. It's even in the Bible. It's a rich fruit. It's a very rich fruit, spiritual. It's got these petals, like petals, not petals. Those red ones. It's reddish. Don't. It's got a stomach and it's got a lot of petals. It's like an orangish. Don't. That fruit, I forgot the name. You see? Okay, let's use the avocado. Yeah, because avocado was extremely unrealistically expensive, but these days it's affordable. I don't know what's going on. The street is losing its class. So yeah, so kiwi and avocado. Avocado, you can see now, Sana, you've got the advantage there. There's fat. It's good for the skin. You'll be glowing. You can't compare. And then kiwi, only she got is vitamin C and maybe a nice smelling VJJ, but she's still young. She can't even offer that VJJ for opportunities because life is pushing us to become those type of people where we even go and stoop to the lowest because the other children, they are telling us that we all have 24/7, 365, same days, same 24 hours, 7 days, 365 days a year. But we don't because Tina, we don't have access to Auntie Malega Mbet. Tina, we're not a Mandela. My surname is not a Sisulu. My surname is not a Tambo. I can't just walk somewhere and say, author of something, please write me a book. Imagine if I was a Mandela right now. I'd be eating the money. I'd be eating the money. I'll just go get myself an author or a writer and say, please write me a book. My last moments with grandfather, wisdom, the wise words he would share with me. I'm done. Sold out into the whole entire world. That is privilege, guys. That is the privilege of having a surname. That is the privilege of having influence. That is the privilege of being the granddaughter of the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Is it Archbishop General? Who cares? So you, point of the matter, you get me. So, okay, we need to, yeah, we must be very careful. We're coming back. We're going to close this. We need to go home. Actually, I'm going to go out. We're going to go out and listen to some jazz. Yo, we going to go out. Kalosana, you must remember this mother, the son, she single-handedly, with the help of her husband for the last 9 years, raised the child alone. Now she's done. She's going to party. When I'm not making sense, I party. This is Essence. Welcome back. This is Essence, and yes, we are talking privilege, and we are in closing. And the question that we've been posing is, why are we all expected to be healthy and healthy and happy and available at the finish line when the starting line was not fair when we all started, you see? So, okay, I want to take it home and bring it home. Privilege. See, privilege. I want to make it very personal, and then I'm closing it. We are done. We are done, I promise. I want to bring it home. Prior to meeting my husband, I used to hustle life. You know, hustle hard, like hustle. Okay. Then my husband came into my life, most sweetest human being, kidnapped my heart, made me forget all protocol, forgot the land, forgot everything, forgot apartheid. I forgot everything. He just captured my heart, you see, and he came into my life and he kidnapped my heart, and then the rest was history. And then, you see, things changed in terms of the things I do. Okay, if you want to know, I do adverts. You see, I go for auditions and get auditions, and I do adverts 3 seconds. You can't really remember me on TV because I get just 3 seconds, but I call myself an actress. Yay! I call myself an actress. My generation's day and Isi Dingo day is coming. Yay! Don't discourage me. You see, and then I do voiceovers. You see, many accents. I tried so many things. Chong, I can do it. In Xhosa, you want it, I'm there. Mhlobo wenene, I'm there. You see, I'm that girl. Boka, babe. Okay, so, and then I do events, and I provide staff, not events. Like I provide staff for events, you see. Then I write, and then my supposed publisher, she fucked me up mentally and emotionally after she built me up to make me believe that I would have a book published by now. And then after that, she had her own personal tontons, but she forgot that when I paid her for the services and the agreement, I showed up me. Yeah, she has not showed up with the product that she promised me. I don't want that woman. I don't want anyone to see her. She triggers me. She reminds me of cruel people. She reminds me of witchcraft. Anyways, so I do a lot of things, guys. I'm creative. I hustle. I'm here, I'm there. I've forgotten a lot of things. Yes, I sing, but I've lost my voice now. I've got a Tavern Queen voice, but I still have a Zahara. Yeah, I still have a Zahara. Twalo wam uyandisinda. You know? Ndiyacela ndiphathise. So I can still try. And then, but before I used to be kings of harmony voice, you know? Yeah, first soprano. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I'm doing. Lots of things I'm doing. Meaning in terms of hustle. Back then, before my husband came, I could appreciate and value each and every win. As in, when I went to audition, from the fact that maybe I possibly had to borrow money from the neighbor to be able to go to that audition. So when you get the job, you get that type of level of excitement that you'll never be able to understand. You understand? But when you are privileged, in my case, Kengoku, I have a man who says, baby girl, you are the star of the stars of the star. Even Oprah is no money on you. Do you understand? That's the level of belief my husband has on me. Therefore, thus, he will go to the depths of the oceans to make sure that he pushes me, supports me, and makes sure that I have internet to talk to you, make sure that my phone is charged so that I can be able to, do you understand? He has made every opportunity to be smooth. Therefore, thus, that means when I accomplish now, when I win, when YouTube pays me, I can't go around saying to other people, we have the same days, Bantase, we have the same opportunities, Bantase, hustle hard, work hard. No, that will be privileged mentality, because I have a foundation of support and elevation and love, and therefore my wins are no longer the same like they were 9 years before I met my husband. My acceptance speech back then, 9 years ago, should I have found myself in high places, because I'm going places, guys. Maybe you are not. Me, I'm going unless I die. Then if I die, I die. But if I'm alive, shame, gaga, I'm still going to go and accept those Grammys and those tontons. I don't care. And I don't really aspire to be liked by Americans, but I'm just giving you an example. I'm still going to go and get an interview there by Oprah, you see. So, okay, when I go there, the speech before I met my husband would have been of a black child, of poverty, of struggle, of belief, of passion, of, you understand? But ngoku, I know it's about idlozi liyangithanda, umusa wafika, wamuhle empilweni yami. I cannot own any of the things that I do now, because when I want to go to an audition, there's means. When I want to, there's means. There's no suffering. No, do you get me? So I can't say to another child, when you've got talent in you're wasting your time, why aren't you doing YouTube? When they're using data, how are they going to load these videos? Do you know how the struggle of loading a video using your data? Because load shedding will show you things. You see, because me, I use Wi-Fi. Hence I say I can't say to other children, no. If anything, I should be bigger than other children, as in I should even be doing lives and what and manipulating social media to my benefit, because I even have the access and the benefits, instead of judging other children who can't even afford 5 rand for 20 MBs just to write a tweet and say, help me, guys. I was just saying, this has been a very lively time. And also, I just wanted to end off and say, I love my mother, even though she was a crazy woman and she didn't know how to boost my self-esteem in terms of, yeah, but she boosted other things, because you see, in terms of privilege, Aishem, she gave me opportunities. That girl, she paid for music, she paid for art, she paid for French lessons. And you remember when she didn't want to buy me a dress because she didn't think I was going to win, because she just didn't think I was beautiful enough. She thought I was intelligent enough to speak at least and go to the world. Hence, she paid for French. So me, I made a payback, and I went for French lessons for 2 days. And then after that, she paid for for 6 months, not knowing Gutimina, I was not attending French lessons at all. But now I would be in French, doing good things with my life. You see, I wasted privilege. I wasted privilege. But what I'm trying to say, there's a child who's hungry for that opportunity, who would have gone for those lessons if only she had been given the opportunity. Therefore, thus, don't judge her. Don't judge her because she couldn't get there. This is Essence. It's been wonderful. It's been hope mind opening for you, as it has been for me. I keep learning as sometimes I speak and things come. Nami, I'm calling my own privilege to question. When you see me pointing an ugly finger like this at you, you must know, 3, are pointing at me. That is the whole purpose of Essence. It is the purpose of me trying to make sense of this crazy world, to judge myself, to teach myself, to open myself to this world that I don't understand. Next time, yes, we will be discussing something I don't know what it is, but somebody on Twitter is going to make me come back very soon. This is Essence. It's been wonderful. It's been lovely. Thank you again for all the support. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for keeping me going. Thank you for tweeting, retweeting my videos. Thank you for all the support that you are giving me. You do not understand how you grow me and elevate me and make me want to be better and have a studio one day and you know, and have a nice aesthetic and maybe even have a stylist one day, you know, and have someone who can do my nails because I grow them natural because I don't have the budget. Even if I'm privileged, my privilege is very limited. It's auditions, it's hustle, and that's it. We don't do Louis Vuitton in this house. We are very poor. We don't do gold digging things. You see, this man, his provision is very limited. Yeah. Basically, I married for love. I didn't marry for money. I wasted my time when I look at it. Mm. I married for love. So much for thinking white people are rich. I love you.